Girls and Women's in Sports Day means a lot to us and as a program and for us as women and young women. It's a day to celebrate, as far as sports have developed and the opportunities that our young women have now. It's a day for us to recognize that and kind of mark the progress we've made and what we can do to move forward.
I am so excited about the way young girls and young women have shown up in athletics. They are more dynamic, more fierce than ever before. Title IX provided a platform for them to showcase their athletic abilities, but it also created opportunities for them to develop and hone their leadership skills. We've shown up in boardrooms across corporations on and off the field. I say young girls, young women in athletics are here to stay. We're pipelining for leaders of tomorrow.
Girls, Women in Sports Day is a day for me to reflect on the women that have come before me and thankful for the opportunities that I have because of them. I take this day very seriously. It means a lot as a female, as a mom, and hoping to provide opportunities for little girls everywhere on this day and every day. My hope for young girls for the future is that they have an opportunity to play what they want to play, to be who they want to be, and to see barriers that they will break down. And remember the women that came before them who broke down those barriers and led us to where we are today.
National Girls and Women in Sports Day means a lot to me, given that my wife and I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, Eleanor, and in my own life, I think that being involved in athletics has certainly been something that's opened a lot of doors for me, whether it be education, whether it be life lessons that I've learned, whether it be opportunities, for leadership, and more important than that, really all of my lifelong friends are folks that I've met through athletics, and to know that she's going to have those opportunities is something that's very special to me. I think more importantly than that, though, her having strong role models in her life and people that she can look up to is something that makes me very proud. For example, last weekend we brought her to the women's ice hockey game here, and all she could talk about was wanting to try hockey after that. So, from that we got her skates and a helmet, and we're trying it out this weekend. So I'm definitely very excited that, especially having the opportunity to work at a place like UMass Boston, whether it be the student athletes or coaches, she has a lot of role models in her life. I'd love to see more exposure, especially as a lacrosse coach. I'd love to see women's lacrosse continue to grow in terms of the presence in the media, the presence on television, and really show young girls that they have the opportunity to compete at a high level, and that's something that they can see just turning on the television on the couch in the same way that young men can growing up.
National Women's and Girls Sports Day is really important to me because it celebrates the hard work that women have put into celebrating allowing women to participate in sports, and I think their dedication and hard work has really spoke volumes for what the women are able to do today, and I'm grateful for all the work that was put into this and celebrating Title IX for 50 years, because being able to participate in sports has built me into the person I am today. I have better leadership skills, communication skills, time management skills because of sport. And I think what's really cool about celebrating this day and having a day to celebrate this is that we have young females that are coming up in sport that don't have to do some of the struggles that some people have had to go through, because we have come so far.
National Women's and Girls in Sports Day means a lot to me. I think being a girl dad, it's great seeing all the opportunities that are afforded to my daughters in youth sports, and I think seeing the evolution sort of at the collegiate level over the 25 years I've been in Division III, you're seeing a lot more investment into full-time coaches and resources to really even out the playing field, so the women's teams are getting everything that the men's team have had access to for a long time. So it's great to see that. Hopefully it'll continue to thrive in the future. And my sport in particular, in baseball, you're seeing a lot of growth sort of even at the MLB level. There's been a big push for more opportunities for females in coaching and the general manager level. We have a great female assistant on my team, Jackie Reynolds. So that's been something that I hope will continue to grow in our sport of baseball and in athletics in general.
That equality for women in sports and in equal opportunity, an inclusive environment. And just overall, I think just more care towards women in the game, and actually seeing them, for what they do and what they accomplish. The hard work that's put in. As a coach, I see it every single day. I see our athletes. I see how they train. I see how they, take care of their body, making sure that you get to that next level. And I just think sometimes, it's not necessarily recognized in women's sports, and how much they're fighting for that. So just for that, for that equal opportunity, since they're doing everything the same as maybe other athletes overall are doing.
What it means to me is an opportunity, a very intentional opportunity to showcase women's sports, to talk about women in sports, to talk about where we've come, coming off of the heels of the 50th celebration of Title IX, and really showcasing, at least for one day, showcasing all of the work, the athletes, the administrators, that everybody's been doing in sports to promote women and amplify their voices. I envision two things. One, women being paid equal amounts in professional sports, so they don't have to travel overseas to make more money, right? They can earn a livable wage here in the US. We're a big enough country. We should be able to support that. And we should be able to support additional professional teams, additional professional opportunities for women to compete in a variety of sports. Athletes Unlimited is doing a great job of promoting that, and I think that there's more opportunities, especially in the world of rugby, as we continue to grow women and women athletes in the U.S.
Girls and Women in Sports Day means so much to me now that I am a father of two beautiful girls, Maddie, who is 4, and Gabrielle, who is 1. Maddie's starting to get into gymnastics, and watching her be able to compete with kids her age and kids who are older than her, and how she lights up, it really makes my world go round, knowing that my daughter has so many more opportunities than girls who've come before her, and I know Gabrielle will be the same way. And I know they will be able to compete in gymnastics, soccer, softball, hockey, name it. They'll be able to do it, and they'll be treated as equals. And that makes me as a father feel very proud. And having seen how women's sports has grown in the college level is really something to be impressed by and humbled by, because when I started my career, there wasn't equal opportunity for everybody in sport, and there still isn't to this day, but I think we as a society have become much more accepting about what it means to be a female student athlete.
Girls and Women's in Sports Day is really important to me, especially as somebody who was a female student athlete at the youth level and in college sports, and then now serves as an athletic director for an institution in college sports. It reminds me of the power that sport has to shape people and society, because the advancement of women and girls in sports through Title IX really shifted everything about the opportunities that exist for women. It helped to build opportunities that can shape the character and development of our young girls into women who are confident and understand the power that they have to lead. A lot has advanced for girls and women in sports. There still are a lot of things that we want to see, and I specifically would like to see for the future of girls and women in sports. First and foremost, we're starting to see a shift with more women in leadership positions, and at the same time, we still have a problem where we're losing many of the women in the coaching ranks, and so we still are challenged by trying to find and retain enough women to be head coaches, and that is happening across the board in other areas in sport. We have those challenges in leadership positions, we have those challenges in officiating, and when I think about the future of girls and women in sports, I want to see that advance, and I want to see us be able to overcome those challenges and get better. I also know we have seen more acceptance of the strong female athlete body for women in sports, and at the same time, it continues to be a challenge for girls and women to be able to accept the different body types that are necessary to be able to compete at a variety of different sports, and to fully feel comfortable being physically strong as an athlete. And women are athletes like men are athletes, and we want our women to feel empowered by the strength that they have when they're training and when they are physically ready to compete, just like anybody else would. And so those are some of the things that I want us to continue to advance for girls and women in sports. And then finally, I want us to be able to see women be able to use their voices and step into leadership roles and speak their minds without the judgment that we know research says women face in a stronger way than men do. And so a way to advance is that women can step into these positions as head coaches, as leaders, as administrators, and they'll be able to do that and speak their mind just like anybody else, and do so with more acceptance.